Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kay from Lunarlight Games. Thanks for dropping in. It's launch day, or should I say launch night, for Chrono the Radical Dreamers edition. So, this is interesting. This is an updated version of Chrono Cross. Well, not so much updated as in it's got some up-resed and redone models. And I think there's some redone music in this as well. But yeah, this is definitely a remaster of a game that I've been playing for a long time, since I was about, give or take, 9, 10. So let's go ahead and just jump straight into this. No options yet, so let's get our first impressions on this. So far, the FMVs, they seem somewhat touched up, not really. The music is definitely a plus. But let's see how the rest of the game goes. Okay, so already right off the bat we can see some changes. Like most Square Enix remasters lately, these games come with some cheat modes. You got the low speed mode, high speed mode. Why is there a low speed mode? I mean low speed mode. Change lead character, that's not really new. You could do that in the old game. No random medals. Okay, that's new. So you can turn off random encounters, but the encounters in this game aren't really random anyway. They're all on the pretty much the map. So there really are no random encounters. You can, if there are monsters on the map and if you run into them, you encounter them. So that's really weird. Battle boosts. I wonder what kind of boosts those are. Is it just outright damage boosts or health boosts? I think the FF7 remaster, that was more of a damage boost, considering you could make yourself invincible and give yourself auto limits. And for FF8, if I remember right, the battle boost in that game basically gave you unlimited health, and I think your limit breaks. Auto battle is new. And there's also an option to return to the launcher. So if you want to, quit to the main menu and change over to the Radical Dreamers game, you can do that. All right, let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so spoilers, the main character's name is Surge. Change it if you want, keep it if you will. Wow, so right off the bat, the FMVs are looking pretty rough. Kind of figured they'd go the route of FF8 and kind of like up-res it, but it looks pretty bad. I'm playing on a 65-inch OLED, so that may or may not factor into the look of it. So far, everything else, the models, they seem pretty nice. A little smudged, but they look nice. So, what is it, Surge? You look troubled? This is it, there's no turning back now? Give me a moment. I gotta adjust my volume setting. Okay, so now that we got that switched up. All right, so right off the bat, we got our. If you guys are new to this game, we got our 3 characters, our 3 party members. Surge is the main one. Kid is going to be a fairly major character in the story, and our 3rd character, Zappa, is a side character. There are a lot of characters that you can recruit in this game to fight with, but yeah, your main one throughout the story is Surge, and Kid will come up quite a bit. But Zappa, yeah, he'll come up in the story a little bit, but not very much. Oh wow. They included... Okay, so let's customize this a little. Accuracy selection, I don't know what this is. So there's no upgrade to the sound, it's just stereo. You can customize your window frames later on in the game. Okay, so we're gonna switch this, so by default, moving the left stick makes us walk. We have to hold down circle to run. It's kind of weird that they didn't, you know, change that up. There's no, like, context if you're moving the left stick. So, yeah. Hold the circle button if you want to walk. By default, now it's going to run. Oh, the frame rate is pretty slow. I mean, you can see it chugging along when you're moving around. Give me a quick moment. Okay, sorry about that. Just had to help someone with an Amazon order. So that's going to be our next destination. We gotta deactivate that crystal-looking fin. So close yet so far away. You know what we could do? We could just jump down there. I mean, it's just a balcony. No, I guess not. Gotta take a moment and look at the pedestal though. Yeesh. I mean, the updated remaster looks... I mean, it looks okay for a screen if you're looking at it far away, but up close, it really looks like it's a painted smudge. It kind of takes away from the old crystal clear looking pixel art. Alright, so that way is a dead end. Yeah, that's a dead end, so we're gonna need to go the other way around. Should be another path over here. Okay, so this is going to look entirely familiar if you've played this game in the past. Alright, our first battle. Alright, if you guys are using this as a guide or have never played Chrono Cross before, the battle system is turn-based, but it's super easy to understand. You have your defend command, you can run away. Most battles you can run away. Boss fights, you can run away, but you can't progress in the game unless you complete the boss battle. But even for this, like, say for example, let's run away. Oh, we even earned a trophy for that. And earning spoils. Okay, so this game does not run with any random encounters. All the encounters are on the map. If you see the character models, the enemy models on screen, if you run into them, it will initiate a battle. So if you don't want to battle, you don't have to. Okay, so we just ran away and the enemy model didn't disappear. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna complete this battle. So right now we have no element that we can use because the option is grayed out. If you look at the menu in the middle with the character names, that's your character status. So you got the 0 level, your HP, which is at 243, and your stamina. Think of your stamina bar as the amount of actions you can take in one turn. So right now we have stamina 7. Alright, so you don't have to worry about, you know, attacking or worrying about the enemy attacking you before your turn is up. It's turn-based. There is one caveat though, but I'll elaborate later. So what we're going to do now is attack Cybot A. Okay, so you got 3 attacks. You got your weak attack, your medium attack, and your strong attack. And right beside it is your hit percentage. Your hit percentage determines how accurate your attacks are. So if it's like a 92%, that means it's likely to hit. 79% means it's less likely, and 69% means it's the least likely to hit. But if you choose attack 1, Alright, so that's your weakest attack. But notice now that your hit percentage increases, your element level increases, and your stamina bar decreases. So it went down by 1 point, we were at 7. So, 7 minus 1, that's 6. But the game pretty much wants you to choose the numbers in sequence, because that way the hit percentage rises until you basically can't miss. So that was 1, 2, that missed. Okay, so this game is kind of weird. Sometimes if you miss or during the middle of your attack, it'll, end for whatever reason, and your enemy will get a free shot at you. Not always, but it happens. I don't know why it does that. I'd have to look into the whole battle mechanics, but for now, all you really need to know are just go in sequence. So 1, 2, and since we only have 2 points left, we can only choose between 1 or 2. Just choose 2 for now. And when you run out of stamina points, your turn ends. And so you go on to the next character. Of course, you can defend to, save from getting damaged. I think it halves your damage or whatever. I forget the percentage, but if you defend, it'll reduce damage, but it'll also increase your stamina bar. So, for example, let's try 1, 2, and say we want to stop right there. We can defend or use an element. Your elements are basically your magic attacks. But let's see. Let's try using an arrow saucer. This is a single attacking element. But notice the level in your the level bar in your status box, and also your stamina. So we're gonna attack with this. Okay, so we just killed him. But notice our level decreased to 0 because we used the highest available level that we had. And also our stamina bar was drained by 7, so it was at 4, but now we're at -3. When that happens, you can't attack, can't make a move, can't use any elements, can't defend, can't do anything. Okay, so now we're back to using... Well, before I get on Zappa, notice how when we used the element, it also changed over to Surge. So notice how his stamina bar recovered. So meaning that when you're taking actions, your character who's on standby will recover his stamina points, so the next time you're able to choose a character, you can use him instantly, or you can move on and just choose a different character to attack, defend, or use an element. So for example, Surge, we just use Surge and then Kid, and we can go back to Surge and use an element, and we'll use, let's say, Dash and Slash. So this is a level 3 element. So what this should do is decrease your level by 3 and decrease your stamina bar by 7. Alright, so now our characters are out of stamina, except for Zappa. Now, what you don't want to do in this battle system. It's easy to game the system to have your characters always have one on standby, and he's able to attack. But if you overextend yourself and use up way too many stamina points, you're gonna be open to attack without being able to recover any health. So, for example, let's do this. We attack once, use an element, we'll use Fireball. Hopefully we won't kill him, but if we do kill him, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so yeah, the enemy got to have a free counterattack before our characters recovered all their stamina. Now, if there's more than one enemy on the field, and you do that, the entire opposing team can pretty much attack you for free. So we're going to go back and use Surge. And again, you don't have to use one to start off. You could actually start with 3. Oh, we got lucky and hit there. And that's it. We finished the battle. This game isn't like many other JRPGs. The stat increases are fixed. That being said, only the character stats are fixed, but after random battles, you have the chance to earn random stat increases up until a point where your character doesn't earn any more until you defeat the next boss. So for Surge, we got HP plus 2. Kid gets an HP up. Okay, so Chrono Cross's battle system is kind of quirky. You're given the option to heal up completely using your elements after each battle. If you have any healing elements that haven't been used and you have available element levels, like say for example with Surge, he has all of his element levels, you can use all of the healing elements to basically give yourself a free heal after the battle. If you don't have any, you could also use consumables. Your elements, some elements are like, they're consumables, meaning like items, they can be depleted completely if you have just only a handful in stock. If not, if you use the ones that are rechargeable, meaning that after each battle they recharge, you don't have to lose any consumables. Or you can just choose not to heal your party at all. But we're going to take advantage of this and just heal completely. So there you go, your HP goes back up. And that's the element that we ended up using. Your spoils are basically your, drops, enemy drops. And that's it. But feel free to use this beginning portion of the game to play around with the battle system. This is a tutorial area, so you don't really have to worry about getting knocked out or... although you can die, but it's pretty hard to do so. But this is a tutorial area that doesn't really matter much. You can use it to test out your knowledge of the battle system if you really want to. So, for example, like this, we can go 2, 1, 2, and the enemy died. For this, we can also use a multi-hitting element. And we can wipe out the enemies just like that. So we earned some gold. Got a stat increase. No spoils. Alright, so we had to head over here because there's no other exit. Again, if you don't want to fight any random encounters, just avoid the enemies. Alright, so we have... let's see. Got one path down here. I think this is a dead end. Or not. Maybe not. Oops. Simple enough. 3. So a level 3 attack will just take care of them completely. Use an element. Just like that, we killed 3 of them, or 2 of them, sorry to say. Got mixed up right there. So we can do a 1, missed, 1. Okay, so if you miss, you don't gain any element levels, and your hit percentage doesn't increase either. So we'll do a 3 and a 2. Done. At this point in the game, gold doesn't really matter too much because, well, spoiler alert. I mean, it's can't talk right now. Spoiler alert. Well, actually, never mind. I won't spoil that. I'll let you guys find out. Let's see what's over here anyway. Alright, so we came up from that side. It's down here anyway. Let's check this out. Yeah, so it's a dead end over here. So we want to make ourselves over to that purple looking crystal that we saw earlier. And we should be able to make it by heading through this doorway. And there it is. There's no button prompt or anything. This was a problem of older JRPGs from the PlayStation era where things you could interact on the field weren't really highlighted. So, well, not just, well, I don't know. Maybe JRPGs in general from the early 90s, 80s, maybe even the 2000s. There are no prompts for you to press anything. You just have to pretty much explore around. So there's no button prompt, but once you get up to the crystal, just press X and you can interact with it. Okay, so we switched off that. Also, this was before the time of voice acting, so everything is entirely text. There are no... Well, actually, I take that back. This game, they deliberately chose not to add any voice acting to it. There are some games in the PS1 era that actually had some voice acting, but not a whole lot of them. And especially not Square Enix games, or as they were known back then as Squaresoft. Okay, so yeah, we don't have to fight every enemy on the field. We can avoid that one, so that's one benefit. But Like I said, there's no prompt for you to interact with anything right here. You basically just had to press X and just experiment with what you saw. So we're going to press X here. Yeah, what are we doing out here indeed? I'm really liking the new character art. Looks very nice. Oh, by the way, Surge is a silent protagonist. He doesn't have any lines in this game. At least not as far as I can remember. It's not apparent right now, but Surge is definitely a silent protagonist. Okay, so we were just asleep, I guess. Alrighty. Alright, so I guess we were just in a dream. Spoiler alert there. Yeah, we're in Surge's room. And I think I'm gonna stick around with the updated visuals for my first playthrough. If you guys don't know, Chrono Cross has a New Game Plus feature, so you can continue with your original save after you've beaten the game and unlock the other endings. Spoiler there. Yeah, so let me see. I've played this game so many times, I'm just going to use a guide for this so I don't end up missing anything. You don't have to. I'm just going to go ahead and do it anyway. Okay, so after that cutscene, you could go ahead and check the bed right here with X. You take out your not-so-secret savings. And congratulations, you've saved up 200 gold, 200 G. Not to be confused with 2,000, but just 200 gold. Or in this case, this game's version of money is called G for whatever reason. Would you like to rest? Nah, not right now. Okay, so there's another item down over here, I think. There are no button prompts for any of these secrets. You pretty much just have to go everywhere and just check the environment with X. So we get one tablet out of the pot. Yeah, so we can check our character menu here. So, nothing too complicated. You have your character box right there with your information: surge, his hit points, strength, accuracy, magic points, resistance, agility, magic resistance. There is no, let's say, like MP in this game. Magic is done using elements, which are split between consumables, which are like your items. Even though in this game there really are items, but they're not really elements per se. These are like key items. So for example, this key item will allow you to fast forward and switch to slow motion. You can change your equipment. You got your weapon, your armor, accessories. You can equip up to 3 accessories. Okay, so elements were split between using consumables and allocating them for use in battle. It's a little confusing. So right off the bat we have a stack of tablets we can use for the first level, and a cure element for your level 2. Your level 3 is empty. So this is how you equip your magic. It's similar to the junction system from Final Fantasy VIII. But, for example, if we want to equip tablets, let's say, for example, let's remove all of these elements. So, for example, we want to equip Cure. There is a minimum level where your character is not able to allocate an element unless they have the level available for it. So this is a level 3 slot, but if you look in the box in the down bottom right, it'll say level 1 and then plus or minus 7, meaning that this is a minimum level 1 element. But you can equip it in higher levels to increase the effect. So for example, you can equip it in level 1, but you could also equip it for level 2 to have it boosted. So they'll say cure for level 1. Okay, so cure for level 1. So cure for level 2 is +1, that means it's boosted by 1 level. And then cure for level 3 is boosted +2. On the flip side, you'll have elements like, for example, this tablet. For consumables, you can only equip it a limited amount, so you can only equip, or should I say allocate 5. You can allocate 5 tablets, but because this is plus or minus 0, you can't switch to allocating this in the level 2 slot. You always have to keep it at level 1. If you don't feel this is necessary for you to enjoy the game, you could do this automatically. The game will pick these by random allocation. So for example, auto allocate this. You could do it for just the current character. Whoops. I keep forgetting they might have changed the... No, never mind, they didn't change the button layout. So by using auto allocate, we can have this done for us. You don't have to pick and choose. But right now, I think this selection is good enough. We don't have any other elements to equip or allocate. You could also choose to fill in the blanks automatically. If you've run out of choices and you really don't know what else to pick, you can have the game do it for you. But because we only have 2 selections right now and we can't allocate more tablets because we don't have any other slots, this is as good as it's gonna get. Now, outside of battle, if you haven't taken advantage of using elements directly after the battle, you could manually use consumables to heal your characters here. Now, if you see here, you can't make a save. You pretty much have to do what you used to do in the old JRPGs, which is to find a save point. You could load a file, but you can't save. Alright, so moving on. I think we've explored as much as we can in here. Yeah, so we don't have anything left to grab here, so let's move on to the next stream. Okay, so this is Serge's house. That was his room we just came out of, and let's see, this is his mom. His mom, Marge. Marge and Serge. Wow, it's already noon. Okay, so we got plans to meet with Lena. Who is Lena? Girls can be pretty scary if you make them angry. I can attest to that. You can keep talking to NPCs to exhaust all the dialogue. She'd never do that, or that would be bad. Tomorrow definitely is a new day. Yeah, so definitely when it comes to NPCs, talk to them more than once, try to exhaust all their dialogue, because sometimes you can end up missing out on some crucial details if you didn't talk to them completely. Maybe there's some side quests or something that you can extract from them. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else in here, so let's move on to the next screen. I mean, the graphics so far look kinda okay, if a little smudged. In some areas it's not really noticeable, but for example, like the plants down here, they look very smudged. It's almost like an oil painting. So let's go ahead and try to find some items. So if we check the cart here, barely even looks like a cart. It's supposed to be like a little stand, but it's so smudged that you can't really tell it's a stand. So, you know, just try to line yourself up here and just press X. Okay, so we found a new frame. Okay, so we received a Shellfish Frame. Okay, so throughout the game there are like various frames. You can customize your window frame if you want to. So for example, you could have it by default the Arnian wood, the sort of classic Final Fantasy style frame, or you could go with a fancy shellfish frame, or you could go even more austere and choose a iron plate. We're just going to keep the default plate or the default frame. But yeah, be on the lookout for those if you guys want to use different frames. Alright, so we can talk to these NPCs. Let's see what they have to say to us. Okay, so she's the item vendor. She sells elements and armors, weapons. Okay, so this game's kind of weird in that there are no weapons to buy. You basically have to find the parts to assemble them. So for example, forge. In order to upgrade your weapon, you need the raw materials, so you need a bone and a fang to upgrade into the ivory dagger, or the bone glove we need a piece of leather and a bone. So once you've acquired the necessary raw materials, you can pay a fee and upgrade your item. These items don't apply to us because Surge can't equip ivory daggers or bone gloves. Each character basically has their own weapon. But over here you can see that Surge can equip ivory vests and ivory mail. But we don't have any of the materials, so we can't craft these and equip them. Same goes for accessories. We need some bones and we need a screw. You can obtain the raw materials by either purchasing them, I think, disassembling accessories, or your armor, or even your weapons, I think. So for example, if we disassemble our ivory mail, we'll receive the bone, humor, and scale raw materials. Disassembling your armor and accessories is free. You can avoid having to grind for raw materials if you go down this route. And of course you can sell your weapons, you can sell your armor, and you can sell your accessories for gold. We're not going to bother with that. At least not right now. Let's see, we could also buy elements. Alright, so you can buy tablets to recover your hit points, but the smarter thing to do is buy more cure elements, because they're free to use during battle, and you can use them repeatedly without having to buy more of them. You will need more of them if you plan to equip more of these, or allocate more of these, or if you yeah, pretty much if you plan to allocate more of these to your characters. Fireball, fire-based element, aqua beam, water-based element. You have medicine, which recovers your status from certain effects. I'll get into those later. For example, medicine and antidote recovers poison and the flu. We don't need to worry about that quite yet because status elements don't really come into play early on. And of course you can sell your elements if you have too many of them from, you know, spoils, or finding treasures from the world map. We're gonna skip this. We don't have to sell anything quite yet. I don't really recommend ever selling your elements anyway, because you have so many characters in the game that pretty much you can equip all of them and still get more and more and still find a need for them. Alright, so that's the item vendor. I think we can get an item right over here. Alright, so let's talk to him. Yeah, that thing is pretty huge. The legendary Dragon King Palace. Gee, I wonder where that is. Or what that is. Wouldn't you agree, Serge? Now, since we are a silent protagonist, we can choose how we can respond during certain parts of the game. For example, right here, we can choose to respond with, "You're probably right." And if we do this, we can receive a key item. If you respond with "How you wish," you won't receive it. So, yeah, be mindful. This guy's got some hopes and dreams. Eat as much squid gut pasta. I'm not entirely sure that's that tasty. I've never had squid guts, but I don't think it's that tasty. Calamari by itself is pretty good, though. So, in exchange for listening and agreeing with this guy's dreams, he's going to give us a nice little parting gift. Give it to a girl you like. Okay. Alright, so we received a Komodo scale without lifting a finger. The Dragon King Palace. Okay, so we exhausted all the dialogue with him. I can never tell if this is pronounced El Nido or El Nido. Judging by its Spanish origins, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced El Nido. Okay, so there's that. Let's talk to her. Hey! That's some pretty good artwork right there. Okay, so this is Lena's sister, I guess, Una. I guess they're childhood friends or neighbors with Serge. I guess they're kind of rooting for each other, or rooting for Serge and Lena to be with each other. At least that's the feeling I get from this. Everybody wants them to be together, including the mom and the sister. Komodo Dragon Scales. Tough break there, pal. Wish I could do something for you. Okay, so lucky for you, we can... Let's see, we have in our inventory a key item, which is a Komodo scale. This is the very same Komodo scale that he was trying to get. So, in the field, if you want to use a key item with NPC, just press square, get real close to them, press square, and then select the key item you want and confirm. And so, like that, we can give them this Komodo Dragon Scale. Okay, so we got three options. We could either, give it to him, no way, refuse, or sell it to him for $1,000, 1,000 gold pieces. Let's give it a try. He basically just cussed us out. Of course, if you do that, he's gonna get pretty mad, and you won't be able to give it to him again. Let's see. Okay, so if you refuse to give it to him, he'll be in a huff about it. Just talk to him again, and then you can offer to give it to him again. What if we say no? Cheapskate. So again, yeah, you can't just offer it to him with the key item menu. You have to talk to him again. Alright, so this time we'll, confirm, offer it to him. Alright, so since he's in such a good mood, he's gonna give us this. We just received an uplift element. Oh, and also a nice little tidbit. So Pashul, that's going to be another character that we're going to meet in a moment, but Pashul's favorite food is hecarim bones. What the heck is a hecarim? She'd do anything to get her paws on one. This dude's got game. A wedding already, huh? Okay, so, yeah. So in exchange for giving him the Komodo Dragon Scale, now we have an element that we can allocate. We got uplift. This is a damaging element, and it's a earth-based element. We're just gonna allocate this to level 3 and then allocate the healing cure element over here to level 2. Alrighty, I think we can enter this house right here. Actually, no, let's start off over here. Let's enter this house over here. And this teapot over here, just make sure to check it. Sometimes you gotta walk right next to it and then press X to confirm. It's not working right now. There we go. So yeah, just mash X right next to the teapot and hopefully you'll be able to search it. So we found a photon ray inside the bucket, which is another element we can allocate. This is another level 1 element. But just in case if you're wondering, each character has their own assigned element. So for example, Surge has the white innate element. So meaning this is their assigned element color. So if you're using, white elements, you'll get a, same type attack bonus with them. Basically, it's almost like Pokemon. You get a stab bonus if you use the same elements with a character with the same assigned innate element. So if you use white elements with Surge, since he's white innate, he'll get a boost in power from it. The opposite is also true if you use one that's, a color that's the opposite of this. So for example, white, the opposite is black. If you use black elements with Surge, it'll be weaker because, of course, white is weak against black. You won't get a boost, you'll actually be weakened, or not, you won't be weakened, but you just won't get a bonus and you'll get a negative decrease to the effectiveness of the opposite colored element. So if you can, avoid using opposite colors with whatever innate the character has. So we're gonna deallocate the uplift, and we're just gonna allocate the white photon ray. Alrighty, let me see. Give me a quick moment here. Sorry if there's a lot of explanation, a lot of if you guys are already used to this game, you guys know what to do. Don't worry about it. This is mainly for people who are brand new, have never experienced Chrono Cross in their life. We're just playing it from the beginner's perspective. So let's back out. Alright, so let's keep talking to some of the NPCs. You're highly encouraged to talk to all the NPCs. Lena's over there on the pier. Only a broken neck. Wow. Well, if you get a broken neck, I think having a girlfriend is the least of your worries. Okay, so this is very much like your old school JRPG. You pretty much have to talk to all the NPCs to even get an understanding of what to do next. And if you don't talk to any of them, you can really miss out on what to do, where to go, what things you need to do next. So, yeah, talk to everybody you can meet. And that's where we need to go next. We need to talk to Lena over there. I don't think it's a fisherman, but the girl over there standing. Although, you know what, that could also be a woman over there too. Okay, so we've done that. We can go back over here. Let's talk to these folks over here. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, feel free to pause the video and, you know, take your time to read through all of this. Had enough cleansing, huh? Outsiders, huh? I wonder who those people are. Fossil Valley. Okay, we exhausted all the dialogue there. Okay, over here, I think we can check the bucket over here. Yeah, so we found another element, aqua beam. Alright, excuse me for a moment, I just had to chat with my sister real quick. Yeah, so sometimes, you know, you guys see me, you know, just pause for whatever reason. Most likely having to chat with some family members. Okay, so... Alright. Now that we got that, let's see, let's talk to these folks over here. Toma the 14th. Okay, excuse me there, had another interruption. Alright, so, Toma the 14th. A sixth sense, you say? Not gardening, huh? So you say, looking for treasure. Looks pretty suspicious from here. Believe me, I ain't gardening. Okay, so you say. Well, from this angle, could have sworn it was watering the plants, but whatever. I'm pretty sure he's a reference to a Chrono Trigger character. I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I played Chrono Trigger. Let's talk to some of these other fine folks. Chief Radius. So I guess he's the chief of this village. The Record of Fate. Living in harmony with fate. Not quite so sure you should be doing blindly what something tells you to do. Okay, so here's a tutorial about using key items. Yeah, most of this explanation I've already given already. Yeah, that's one thing to make note. If you used a key item on any random NPC, it won't be used unless the character specifically needs it. So it won't be eliminated from your inventory. A secret about Poshul, huh? Let's hear your secret. So she's a pig, huh? What's her favorite dish? I wonder if it's hecarim bones. Very unladylike, tempted by food. I know plenty of ladies that are always tempted by food. Family members included. Can we talk to... Oh, so this is Poshul. Sergi Poo. I guess that's her nickname for us. So she thinks that she's at the pier. I hope I'm saying her name right. Poshul? Poshul? Eh. Whatever. We should just call her Wendy. Alright, so I think that's it for now. Let me see. Let's go inside the little hut over here real quick. Well, actually, we didn't get to talk to Chief Radius. Today's lecture is the fundamentals of attack and the art of elements. Now, why not? I think this is a battle tutorial. Alright, so... I mean, what are we supposed to do? Can we run away? Oh yeah, we can just run away. So much for that tutorial. Did we find it helpful? I mean, we just ran away. So rather than fight the old man, we ran away. Alright, let's actually go through the tutorial real quick. So let's defend. Here's some basic advice. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, we got our weak, strong, fierce. Wow, this is like it's like a mixture of fighting game terms. Weak, strong, fierce. It's kind of like jab, strong, fierce. Or how's it go for? I keep forgetting. How's it go for your leg attacks? So it's short, something roundhouse. I keep forgetting. All you really need to know is that it's just low, medium, strong, or not to say strong, heavy. Low, medium, heavy, and also the hit percentage values. Yeah, so every time you attack your opponent, if they make contact, your hit percentage value increases, making it easier for you to attack. Weak blows have the best accuracy. Then once you build up your accuracy, you can go for the strong or the fierce attacks. So instead of just choosing your strongest attacks, you should build up your accuracy, which is also determined by your hit percentage. So we can mirror that. So unless you're getting 99% hit percentage, you could still miss. So early on anyway, the game kind of encourages you to use your weak attacks to build up to your fierce attacks. So yeah, you can still miss even though you have an 87% percentage to hit. So, a tutorial about elements. When you use an element, the color of the element's attribute remains on the battlefield in the form of the field effect. That's another really convoluted thing about this game that I didn't really get into. There's a field effect gauge at the top left. When you use an element, it changes the field effect. So if you use like 1, 2, or 3 white elements, they change the field effect. So let's check this out. Oh yeah, if you also consistently use the same colored element, the effectiveness goes up. So for example, if you keep on using white, or not white, blue elements, so the entire field effect is entirely blue, that means any blue element that you use will be boosted. I don't know exactly what the percentage value is though for having 1 or 2 or even 3 one or two or even three colors up on the field effect gauge. So to complete this tutorial, let's use a blue element. Let's cure ourselves. Alright, so we just heal ourselves. And now you can see that there's two blue colored, I guess you can say concentric circles on the field effect gauge. Alright, so this is getting into the fact that you have to build up your level gauge in order to use your elements. And you do that by using your stamina bar by attacking. Yeah, you won't be able to accumulate any levels unless your attacks end up hitting. Blah blah blah, let's keep going. This tutorial is just about how to use elements during battle. Yeah, they won't disappear when you use them unless they're specifically consumables. Yeah, so there's a bit of a strategic element to when you use your elements and the order in which you use your elements. Yeah, so this is just going over consumables. If they have a number in front of them, for example X1, that just means there's a count for however many you have equipped. Yeah, they don't regenerate after battle either. I normally don't ever use consumable elements unless I have to use them out in the world map because they're just not that useful. Early game maybe, but late game not so much. So I think the max number for most consumable elements is 5. This is a pretty long tutorial. This is going over your element level. Whenever you're using them, they get subtracted by the maximum, they get subtracted by the number that you use. So if you're at 3 element levels and you use a level 3 element, the number gets subtracted, it goes down to 0, unless if you're using a level 2 element when you have 3 levels stacked. So you go from 3 down 2 and end up at level 1. Pretty simple stuff. Yeah. 3 minus 1 leaves 2. Another thing, you can use elements anytime as long as your stamina bar is above 1. I'd caution you against doing that because you'll be under the mercy of the enemies. You might end up getting attacked once, twice, maybe even 3 times in a row if you end up using an element when your stamina bar is incredibly low. It's pretty simple in practice, but when you're a beginner in this game, it seems kind of daunting, but you'll figure it out as you go on. It's nothing very difficult to learn. In some ways, it's actually even easier than Final Fantasy. My personal feelings about this battle system is that it's very easy to game. I mean, not that it's any harder to game than, say, Final Fantasy, but I mean, it is what it is. So, the element that he just used, that Radius just used, was called, what was it, Blue Field or whatever. It automatically sets the field effect gauge to entirely blue. If we want to disrupt that, we can use a red element right now, and it'll change the field effect to 2 blues and 1 red. But let's just go ahead and skip this. Yeah, now it's just telling you how the field is completely blue, and any blue elements that are now used will have an increase in power. Yeah, that killed us. Yeah, another thing to note, when the field effect is entirely blue, the opposite element is weakened, so any red elements that you use are going to have less power. So generally you want to do this to your advantage when you're trying to heal. For example, with using the blue element cure. Or on the other hand, if you're trying to increase your attack power against an enemy that's weak against blue, try to use it as your turn comes up. That way you can have an extra powerful element. I mean, understanding it comes in handy later on, especially during the tougher fights. But again, you could completely skip it for now and it wouldn't really matter. Just keep attacking. So what's going to happen now? Dang, he just smacked the crap out of us. Pooped already, huh? Dude, where's his eyes? All you can see are his eyebrows. Okay, so that's the tutorial. I think he automatically healed us before letting us out of there. Let's see, what's next on the checklist? I think we can enter the building. Over here, that green triangle is oh, we can't cut, so... The Record of Fate. So that green triangle thing is called a Record of Fate. It records everything good or bad. It's essentially a glorified save point. Nice. Foreshadowing future events if you lost your past. Let's talk to her. If you listen carefully, the Record of Fate will tell you lots of things like what you should be doing next. When you can't hear anything anymore, don't have a future. Well, that's pretty dark. There isn't anything you can do to change fate. Are you sure about that? Are you really sure? So yeah, if you, you know, just step up to one of those triangle thingies, you can open up your menu and save the game. She's gonna be here a while. Wow, she's just gonna hog onto it. If you're out on the world map, you can save without having to touch one of these things. Good to know. Oh, she's also getting on about us cutting. So a little backstory here. Chief Radius has been living here for 4 years. Everybody in the village really likes him. It's good to know. It's always nice when you have a really helpful village chief. So what else is over here? Okay, so one of these picture frames actually has an element to grab, so I think it's this one. Yeah, so we found another cure behind the picture frame. Ash. So this is a named character. We came out all the way here in search of the legendary treasure, but we ran out of money. Once I'm done cleaning in here. So they're broke. They're broke and doing odd jobs for the village. Treasure on the Zenon continent. I'm pretty sure that was the location of... That was pretty much the setting for Chrono Trigger, I think. Yeah, if you guys were looking for more closely related, you know, connections between Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross, you're gonna be very disappointed. There's only passing mentions of Chrono Trigger throughout the entire game. Although it does form a significant role in the story, but you never actually see any of the places that you traveled in Chrono Trigger. Kinda sucks, really. This could have been its own game without any connections to Chrono Trigger at all. The chief is outside. He's teaching some self-defense. Still got some fight left in him. Okay, so this is just a game telling you to go outside and talk to the chief and, you know, go through the tutorial. Okay, so... let's go over here, back at the town square. We're gonna go... what's this over here? You're in Arnie. So, the village here name is called Arnie Village. It's a quiet seaside village. And he forgets that we actually live here. Just don't be going near Hydra Marshes to the east if you go outside. Don't want you to run into those evil dwarves. Evil dwarves and that Hydra. So, we're living in a seaside village next to some marshes that have some evil dwarves. Real nice. Real classy. I think that old man just has something against dwarves. The Viper Festival is cancelled again this year. The only celebration on El Nido Archipelago down the drain. So sad. There hasn't been anything good to talk about since the army from Pore. You know what, let's just call him Pore. I guess it's... I don't know, I want to say it's French, but the pronunciation for these things are all over the place. Anyways, so there's some backstory here. The islands have been taken over for 3 years by the army from Pore. If you guys have played Chrono Trigger, that's a nice little neat callback to that game too. I think it was like a small nation in the original game. Wouldn't have to put up with this situation if General Viper and the Dragoons were still here. So something's happened to the General and his Dragoons. So the General is missing or gone, and the army from Pore has taken over the archipelago. Have you heard anything about the group of thieves up on the mainland? Never heard of them. Big news, you say? Breaking into a bunch of houses and robbing. I wonder if they're just talking about Chrono and the gang, and us going into people's houses and taking items from the treasure boxes. Maybe. Cold-blooded bastards. Wow. They just call us cold-blooded bastards. Well, I mean, you did kind of steal all their stuff from their houses. I think they call themselves the Radical Dreamers. I don't want to run into those bandits. Although that's a nice reference to the other game included with this bundle. I've never played it, but I think we might get into it later on, I guess. It's a text adventure, but we'll see how that goes. Nah, don't really want to hear about them again. Next time you'll tell me about the birds and the bees. Pretty sure we know how that story ends. This dude's just straight up lusting over the poster. Even though that poster's pretty smudged, you can barely even tell what's on it at all. Oh, it's a dancer. Mickey, huh? The port town of Termina has its share of dancers. But no one compares to Mickey. Not to be confused with the town that Link travels to in Majora's Mask. This is a different town of Termina. Or Termina, however you like to pronounce it. He's never actually seen Mickey dance. And he'd love to see what jiggle? I guess he's talking about her flabby arms. Of course. Don't tell Grandma about this. Okay, so which grandma? Which grandma are we talking about? Okay, I think we can just skip that. Yeah, if you don't want to listen to the dialogue again, if you've exhausted all the dialogue, just walk away. The most important bits of dialogue you can't walk away from, but any other throwaway lines that you can exhaust, you can walk away and the text box will clear up by itself. Let's see what's over here anyway. What about this barrel here? No answer. It's just a barrel. No? Still the same thing? What do you want already? Said I'm just a barrel. There's some fourth wall breaking here. Just take it. What are we picking here? Okay, so we found another uplift element inside the barrel. It's another sign that the developers want you to interact with everything on the map with X, even though there's no prompt. It's another form of exploration, I guess. We can talk to the waitress right here. Do you want to hear the real truth about the world? Insanity leads to chaos, then to solitude. The fruitless effort of adding meaning to what is meaningless. A lone crimson tear falls to the sea, the echo of the remaining star cries out in the infinite vacuum. The least I can do is send my distant prayers over the wind of time, setting sail on dreams. Well, how'd you like it, Serge? That's some pretty bleak nihilistic stuff right there. I've been dreaming about becoming a poet. She wants to make a name for herself on a distant continent with just a pencil and paper. But instead, she's, you know, feeling sorry for herself for working in this village. Sorry, puny village. In the middle of nowhere. Waitressing in this rundown shack. What'd you say about my restaurant? Okay, so she just pissed off the cook. Kidding. Okay, so she was just kidding about all that. Just talking about how good the work environment. Sure she is. And the cook just goes back to working. We can talk to the cook. Have you heard your message of the day from the Record of Fate? Can not only record the past but tell the future as well. Well, that must be nice. Don't know if it's true or not. Well, what the hell is the use of that if it's not telling you the truth? Might as well be a Chinese fortune cookie. My wife will kill me if she finds me snacking like this. Okay, so does that say Wild Hungry Man? So there's some Hecarim soup right there, made from Hecarim bones. No one can make soup like you can, huh? Must be nice. Okay, so there's a room back here. I think we can search this bed. Looks like a bed, looks like a plank. Or not a plank, a bench. Just... Okay, there you go, we found a Hecarim bone. Okay, now that we got that... right here is a treasure chest. Doesn't look like it, but you can interact with it. And we got an ivory helmet. So we can equip this accessory. It'll increase our defense by... Wait. Yeah, it'll increase our defense by 1 and our magic defense by 1. Let's just have it on anyway. So right here we got a little bit of information about our character, our profile. Silent protagonist. Gee, I wonder how he came up with that. Serge is 17 years old. What the heck is up with Serge's shoes? Geez, the model looks really weird. 17 years old, from Arnie Village. Height is 5'7". So, yeah. About pretty much average height for Japanese, well, I should say JRPG protagonist. About the same size as Cloud, actually, from Final Fantasy VII. Weight, he's pretty much a lightweight, about 128 pounds. Ordinary build, right-handed. I'm really surprised they didn't even list his blood type, which is apparently important for Japanese characters. Okay, that's it. Pretty sure we took this little doggy's bone. Okay, so with that bone that we just got, we can recruit our first character, which is right over here. She's right over here. So over here with Pashul, we can use that key item we just got. So this Hecarim bone, the leg bone of a wild Hecarim, perfect for making stock. Yeah, we don't actually use this for stock, soup, or whatever. We actually need it for recruiting her. Of course, you don't actually have to give it to her. You can recruit Pashul later on anyway, but if you want to have her early right now, you could give it to her and recruit her right now, which we're going to do. She talks with a permanent lisp. I guess it's because she can't stick her tongue away, or stick her tongue back in her mouth. A present? Yeah, permanent lisp. It's really cute from the localizers. They try to give everybody their own sort of written dialect. Or should I say, yeah, it's both written dialect and accent. Present. Okay, so she's gonna take our bait and come help us out. So Pashul's got some pretty miracle power X. Okay, so nice. We just recruited our first character, and if you really want, you can change her name too if you don't want her name Pashul, but we're just going to keep it anyway. So we got a new party member. Make sure to equip her with all the various items that you have available, which we don't. Let's see, let's allocate her abilities, her elements. Let's give her a cure, an aqua beam, and an uplift. Yeah, so we pretty much have all our available elements allocated. Okay, let's head out. And the frame rate is largely unchanged from the original game. Let's talk to her real quick. Celine, huh? as in Celine Dion. I think this came out right at about 1999, so that pretty much tracks, because what was the biggest movie of that year? Something, just a tiny film called Titanic, I think. Yeah, no coincidence there. A lot of baby Komodo dragons play out there. Oh, a secret. Lolo said he was going to get me some Komodo dragon scales. So I guess this is Kiki. Lizard Rock. Okay, so that's enough of that. Komodo dragon scales are quite popular, huh? We're collecting them too, to make a shiny little, a silly little necklace. Yeah, pretty much. Well said, Serge. You're truly a man of the sea. I mean, we do live, like, right on the ocean. So this man is the Komodo dragon expert, and he'll give us some pointers. Okay, so I guess these are tips to catch a Komodo dragon, I guess. So, secret number 1, rock and roll to trap the sucker. Secret number 2, you use the lay of the land and make a surprise attack. And secret number 3, there's always one that likes to play tag. Run with all your might. They're pretty cautious and run at high speeds. You must face them with your wits, courage, and tenacity. Run like the wind. I guess there's no point overtaking them. Well, isn't there a point? You're trying to catch them, right? And the only way to, you know, catch them is to overtake them. It's all about guts, huh? Once we catch up to one, you must fight. We have to kill them, basically. Just don't get your own butt kicked. But he wants us to kill those little baby Komodo dragons. All the ways about being an expert. Bring forth a brighter tomorrow by killing those little suckers. Sorry. Yeah, that's just it. He's apologizing for giving us tips on how to catch and kill these suckers. Do you know about Lizard Rock southwest of the village? You've heard a mother Komodo dragon comes out every once in a while. I'm pretty sure that's not foreshadowing at all. No reason to tell us that at all. None whatsoever. Kids will be kids, right? Until they kill enough babies that the mother comes out to kill them. That goes for you too, Serge. You shouldn't be playing out there. It's dangerous. I guess she's supposed to be a mother, but she looks like a teenager. A teenager. Well, kind of tracks actually, because, you know, Serge is already 17 and they're talking about him hooking up with Lena. So down here in the basement, we can talk to this dude over here. Now Kiki's growing up so quickly. How much she resembles her mother. You mean that teenage mom back there? That's your wife? Okay, so we're just gonna listen to this guy, you know, wax on about how he should have done something else in life, or what would have happened if he did something else in life. Been about 10 years since this dude became a fisherman. He wanted to do other stuff, but ended up becoming his dad. And everything here represents 10 years of his life. Dude's caught lion sharks, sawfish, six-horned narwhal. Where the hell did you find narwhals here? It's a tropical archipelago. Don't narwhals usually live in cold waters? I don't know. Maybe I just don't know my biology. Represents all his hard work and dedication. He's happy with his job and he's satisfied with his current life. But when he sees his daughter, he thinks about his future. Doesn't know which one would have been better, he's just wondering. Pretty sure this was the subject of a poem by Robert Frost. What was it called? What I Should Have Done Instead? Maybe. Yeah, that's the title. What I Should Have Done Instead. That's the poem, alright. Alright, so another bit of dialogue foreshadowing, you know, another you. An alternate dimension, if you will. So, in exchange for us listening to his life story, which is pretty much, you know, the goal of every JRPG is to listen to other people's life stories and learn new stuff about the world. He's going to give us a gift. Nice, a lion shark tooth amulet. So why is he just giving this to like some random stranger if it meant so much to him? I mean, it's not like we're going to become a fisherman as well, are we? He could have probably just given this to his daughter anyway because, you know, it's an actual memento that he can leave his children, but what do I know? That's just me. So we received this shark tooth. Can we talk to him again? I just get this feeling that there's another me living another life. It's just a funny feeling I have. Sounds crazy, huh? But if for any reason you happen to meet him, I want you to give him that amulet and tell him it's from the other you. Alright then, off to catch some more fish. You need to buy her a new dress. Is it a wedding dress? Yeah, some more foreshadowing. There's another him somewhere off in the other world. And I guess in that world his daughter isn't getting married or whatever. Alrighty then, there's that. Let's move on. Okay, I think that's all we can explore for now. Let's get out of here. Oh, the frame rate's really choppy. Boat is like a limb to our fishermen. Pull any stunts like last time and I'll... So I wonder what happened last time. Don't be messing with those boats. Pretty sure there aren't any boats, there's just one boat. So we're at the pier now, and golly, those backgrounds look so bad. Are those clouds? Oh my gosh. This is so bad. You know what? For our first playthrough, I wonder if there are any extra trophies for replaying this game. You know, like trying to get all the endings and meet all the extra party members you can recruit. But yeah, for this first playthrough, we're gonna keep it at the option that the developers intended us to play this, which is the remastered settings. Oh man, I just can't get over how bad the island looks over there in the background at the top left. I hope they fix this. Is this supposed to be an old bearded man? Yeah, I think he's supposed to have some sort of beard, but I don't know why. It looks like a woman to me, with like a mask on. Caught him dozing off. Do we like the sea? I don't know, we live on the sea. What happens if you don't like the sea? Well, I guess that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. I think he's pissed at us. Believe me later. Life on this planet was born of the sea and will eventually return to the sea. Even our blood is mostly seawater. I don't think he means that literally, does he? Sure, a living contract. Pretty dark. Shouldn't be too long now before my day will come to return to the sea. Wow. Shouldn't be too long till you die. When that time comes, he would like to drift away humming a quiet tune. So he's already, you know, looking to the day he dies, and when he does, he just wants to be drifting away to sleep humming. He hasn't been to Water Dragon Isle in a while. You can catch great fishies over there, but I only go there once in a blue moon. I mean, if you say so. I wonder if we can repeat that dialogue tree again. Oh yeah, we can. Do we like the sea? How about yes this time? Eventually you'll find the sea to be vast and deep, full of strength and energy. This guy's spent a lot of time philosophizing about the nature of the sea. Can hear the cries of countless men swallowed by the sea. The hidden secret the sea whispers. Dude, there's some really dark commentary here. I recommend you learn to sense the mood of the sea. Especially if you don't want to join the fellows already on the bottom. So yeah, learn the mood of the sea unless you want to die. Real nice. And this right here was what I was reading as a kid. Yeah, learn the mood of the sea unless you want to end up on the seafloor. Okay, so we're gonna talk to Lena over here. This is who we're supposed to meet up with. Sleeping in as usual. I mean, yeah. We're living on the sea and the beach. Why not? Oh, did we? Did we promise that we'd get Komodo Dragon scales for your necklace? Wow, so demanding. I can already sense the tears that she's crying. Especially having to babysit some kids that are swimming out pretty deep in the ocean. You should join us. I don't know if she should really be letting 3 kids swim out that deep. But what do I know? Don't swim out too far. I don't know. Seems pretty dark over there. It's a pretty deep shade of blue. Kids sure have it easy. Remember when we were like that? Yeah, I definitely remember, but I don't remember swimming out in deep blue sea. So each day less than an eternity. Yeah, it really did feel like that. The important thing now is not our childhood, but that gosh darn necklace. Yeah, we have to face up a new reality and give her the goddamn necklace. So she wants us to go to Lizard Rock and fetch us some scales for that necklace. She'd join us, but she still has to watch the kids. And she's blaming us because we were late. So once we've collected the Komodo Dragon scales, we'll catch up with her at El Paso Beach. Is that okay? Nah. Oh, she's pissed. And she's blaming us for sleeping in. Oh, we let her down? But she's demanding those scales. Jeez. She's letting us off easy with only 3 scales. These must be some huge scales if you only need 3 to make a necklace. Okay, so we're pretty much forced to go do this. She's demanding that we get our butt over to Lizard Rock. She thinks she deserves 100 scales. I don't know. If I were Serge, I would walk away and run far away. Anywhere away from this girl, I think. She's demanding 3 scales already, but, you know, in time it could be 100. Could be 1,000 for all you know. She only accepts scales that we personally collect. She doesn't want any that were just handed to us. Jeez, so demanding. So that kind of rules out the Komodo Dragon scale that we got earlier. Okay, so we have exhausted all the dialogue there. Yeah, so we pretty much gotta leave the village now. Alright, that's pretty much about it for this section. Let's head out. So now we're on the world map. We can already save our game. What's up with this slot though? Is that an autosave slot? Oh, also a nice touch. There's a sort of a little passage about where you're supposed to be going. For example, like right here, I'll pass a beach, calling from beyond time. There's a nice little quote associated with it. But in the original PS1 days, whenever you made a save, it would create a block, like a save block. And for each new save block that you made, the icon for it would be different, and it'd be another portrait of a playable character. So, for example, for the autosave, we have Surge, and the second one right here is of Kid. Alright, so that's really nice. So the world map theme is the same theme as Chrono Trigger's main theme. That's a nice touch. Man, it's been so long since I played this. Okay, so right off the bat we can explore a couple places. Any place that we can visit is highlighted by the name, and once it's highlighted we can press X to confirm to enter it. So, for example, let's go over here. I don't think this is highlighted, but over here we can check this out. I don't think there's anything to really see here though, but we can start exploring this area. Nothing really to see here. I'm pressing X everywhere and I don't think there's anything to see. Nothing to interact with. This is going to be an important location later on in the game, but for now, we can avoid this place. Okay, so here we go, the Hydra Marshes. I guess we can't explore this place yet. This guy's blocking off the place. Didn't the village elders tell you not to come here? Along with the dwarves, you'll find other monsters in this forest, but he won't let us wander around in it. What are you talking about? Can't you see that me, Pashul, is here? Apologizing to Pashul, huh? Is she such a strong monster that she can, I mean, not monster. Sorry, I meant to say dog. Is she such a strong character that she can protect Surge? No, I guess not. We got head back to the village. Oh, she's pissed. Okay, that's the same dialogue. So yeah, this place is unexplorable for now. We can't go any further there. How about Fossil Valley? The Poor Army is... maybe it's pronounced Pore. Pore Army is currently investigating this area. It is off limits. So they'll tell us when the investigation is over, huh? So they're blockading this area too. Can't go any further. So that's 3 areas already that we can't go. Cape Howell. I think we're able to explore this area. Let's just grab some items here. So these treasure boxes are available for us to open. We can pick up a heal element. So we can equip or allocate. I keep forgetting this is not equip but allocate. We can allocate this heal element. These elements pretty much do the same thing, they just recover health, but I think heal is more powerful because it's a level 2 element, whereas cure is just a level 1 element. Something to keep in mind anyway. Let's fight these guys. So first of all, take care of the sand squirts, they're weaker. You don't really have to use your elements on them, they pretty much fall to physical attacks. And skip over to Pashul. He's down, and then we can use our element. Take him down with a photon ray. Pretty simple stuff. Sorry about that. Had a phone go off. Yeah, so the way that stat growth works in this game, all of your characters have a fixed amount of stats. They don't actually change by the time you max them out. Every character will have the exact same stats once they're maxed out, but before that happens, you'll have random stat growths anyway, even though it is fixed. The ending is fixed, but in the beginning, the stat growths are kind of random, and there is no XP in this game. You can choose to skip out on random encounters if you want to. It doesn't really matter, but it does matter if you want the random stat increases before you hit up the next boss, because it'll be definitely tougher if you don't, do any random encounters. But yeah, you can do the random encounters, increase some of your stats, but there's going to be a limit. You'll know when you hit the limit because it'll either stop gaining any stats. Like, for example, you'll get a HP up stat and a strength up stat, but then you'll stop earning stats completely until you beat the next boss in the game. But yeah, we're gonna move on to the next area. So you avoid the water geysers over there. And grab the bone over here. Let's get into this random encounter here. Same thing as before. The combat in it's very predictable. Which is, it makes me wonder why this game was so beloved by reviewers in the day, because, I mean, I played this when it came out too, and the combat never really grabbed me as much as it did with the reviewers. Combat is super easy to cheese out anyway. Let's use this element. Yeah, so Pashul early on seems to get more HP increases than we do. Than Surge, I mean. Nice, we picked up a heal element right there. So we can allocate the heal. Actually, never mind. We didn't actually grab a heal. We were using a heal element to heal up. My bad. I read that wrong. Of course, it is possible to pick up elements as a drop, but I don't think early on you'll be able to do that. What's over here? We can check this tombstone right here. Surge and Lena forever. Well, not so much a tombstone, but a monument to, I guess, these two characters' loves. Maybe it's a little marking of best friends, or maybe it really is something more. Okay, so there's nothing else to see around over here. So let's head back. We only wanted to explore this area for the two items back over there. Let's do this battle again. pretty easy to kill these enemies by just doing your attack routine. So with these spoils, it's always good to, even if you're not going to earn any stat increases, it's always good to end up fighting these random counters because of the drops. Because if you want to upgrade your weapons and armor and even craft, let's say, any extra accessories for yourself, just do the random encounters anyway. That way you can stock up on materials. Because you're going to end up going through a lot of materials if you plan on using multiple characters. Also, the extra gold is nice anyway. That way we can also purchase new elements later on. So for example, let's go back here. So already we can buy a couple elements. Let's see. I think the only one that we're missing here is a fireball element. If you look at the right, you can already see a listing of which elements you have in your inventory. So we don't have any allocated and we don't have any stockpiled, so let's just buy one of these. And we'll buy one of each for these. We don't really need them right away, but you know, let's just have one in the inventory. Also for weapons and armor, let's see. We can already forge some stuff, but we don't really need any of it. For example, we have enough to craft an ivory dagger, but no one can equip it. Same thing goes for the bone glove. We don't have any furs to make any ivory vests, so can't do that. And we already have ivory mail equipped on both Surge and Bashul anyway. Accessories, we don't have any screws, so can't make any. Alright, let's continue on. Okay, so the game intends for us to go to Lizard Rock over here at the northern entrance. Okay, so to enter this area, you pretty much have to interact with this rock that's blocking our way. Gotta say that backgrounds look so muddied. It's really bad. I gotta tell you that. Let's take out this beach bum. Oh, what the heck was this? Well, thanks to Pashul, she just straight up sucker punched it. So why bother slashing it where we can just shoot it? There are a ton of elements in this game. Some more useful than others, but it's entirely up to you which one you want to use. But right now, we're using all of our more useful ones. So we need to whack this guy. But he's running away from us. So the trick to trapping this guy, we have to roll that over here, block his entrance, or rather should I say his exit, and wait until he goes right next to that, chase him in there, now he's stuck, and we can battle him. You want to take care of him first because I can't quite remember if he can run away. But we can take care of the Komodo Pup. Let's switch over to Pashul because we're not really landing any of our attacks, and it's better than wasting Surge's turn. Again, we missed. Let's cancel her attack and switch back to Surge and try to take him out. Okay, now he's gone. Let's take care of him with a photon ray. We're not going to use an element because we're going to save it for healing. Simple stuff. Okay, so we didn't get any stat increases that time. See, so we picked up a fireball element. Let's allocate that here and keep the cure over here. Right now, healing isn't really much of a priority. We just want to maintain our damage. Alright, so we're going to go south. Take care of this thing. It's not really necessary at all at this point to keep going into encounters unless you want more materials for weapons and armor. And also money. Okay, so we didn't get any stat increases. Got some gold though. Let's take care of this guy over here. Take care of that one, switch over to Pashul and take care of this one. So the trick to this game is to concentrate all your attacks onto one opponent before switching over to a different enemy. Because the faster that you take out one enemy means the less likelihood that... Oh, nice. Got some stat increases. But yeah, the main trick to the battle system is to concentrate all your attacks on one enemy and try and knock him out before you take on another one. Because if you split your focus, that just means that the enemies just stay on the field and they can keep attacking you and keep ganging up on your characters. That's not to say you can't use, multiple hitting attacks, but it's more efficient this way just to focus on one. So we're gonna knock this rock into the water. And wait for this to rise up. Not really sure how you're supposed to pronounce this. Silver loop? Lup? Lupe? Whatever, it doesn't really matter. It increases our accuracy, so we'll just equip that on Surge. Surge is arguably your best character in this game. He has the highest element grid, the biggest element grid, and his stats are good all around. So yeah, despite having like an insane amount of characters in the game to use, Surge is always going to be your number one best character in the game by far. He's the best. He pretty much is like Cloud in Final Fantasy VII. He has the best all-around stats and the best element grid. Take care of this dude. And him. So you're not actually really required to use up your entire stamina bar. If you really want to, if you want to save, save the turn, you could always switch over to your spare characters and attack using them. It's actually better than defending because you don't... defending only really reduces damage, but you should only use that when you're anticipating a very strong attack. Otherwise, if you use a different character to attack and use up their stamina bar, you're replenishing your spare character's bars anyway. It's a bit of a broken system, I think. So after that huge stat increase like we just saw where we had multiple stat increases, your stats will freeze for now until you beat the next boss. So really there is no incentive to keep fighting enemies outside of money and materials for weapons. Weapons and armor, equipment. So if you guys are using this as a guide, feel free to skip the rest of these encounters if you wish to. I don't recommend it, but if you want to save on time, go ahead. You know what? We're going to take advantage of that by using the fast forward feature. So there's no need to you know, sit through these encounters all the time. That's one of the downsides to these old JRPGs. There are so many random encounters and they take so much of your time. You don't really end up enjoying the game, you're just, you know, repeating these random encounters like clockwork. Now here's a neat tip. We're supposed to jump onto this little guy, but we can slow down time. And just wait for him to... There you go. Makes it a lot easier rather than having to time that jump. Oh geez, there's two of these things. Try to take care of this. I'd imagine this is a pretty easy trophy hunt though if you guys are planning on completing everything. With the cheats available, I think the only fight I think you might have difficulty with is probably going to be a cakewalk. Alright, so that's our second Komodo scale. Notice how it doesn't show up in our inventory of key items. Okay, so I think we pretty much took care of the second one. If you guys weren't paying attention, you can jump up onto this log and go up onto the top screen and then come back around and loop onto this cliff over here and jump down onto the Komodo Dragon Pup. But we're gonna go up here. There's a treasure chest over here. Found a tablet. Skip through this encounter. Man, this is like a godsend. So now, instead of having to sit through these encounters, we can speed these up and get to what's most important. The actual story. It'll definitely help for grinding if you don't want to sit through all that. Not that there's much grinding to begin with. Okay, so I think this is the Komodo Dragon Pup that we're supposed to play tag with. pretty easy, just keep chasing it. Although if I remember right, there should be... Ah, right. There's another treasure chest over here. Let's do that first. Okay, so there's this hole right here that we can interact with. Just jump in. Grab this treasure chest over here. You can get a bone. And then right over here, fight this encounter. I wish the fast forward feature was a little faster. I mean, it's somewhat fast, but it's not fast enough. I'm fairly sure it'd be even faster if this was a full 60 FPS. It's kind of weird how this game runs at various speeds. Okay, so we can head through that hole right here, loop around, and pick up this. Pick up another ivory helmet. So you can't... Well, actually, no, there are some items that we can equip multiples, but this one we can't do. We can't equip multiple ivory helmets, so let's give it to Pashul. So, not too bad. We're already starting to get a fairly large collection of raw materials. Let's head back. Okay, so yeah, we gotta chase this guy all the way around the circle. He's gonna be running at a slower speed than us, so just keep at it and you'll catch him eventually. Oh, also, if you guys feel like saving, you could actually walk off the dungeon right here and save on the overworld map. Just in case, you know, you don't want to have to repeat this. Not saying anything bad's gonna happen, but take care of this guy. Flip over. Yeah, so by gaming the system like this, we can pretty much prevent the enemy from ever attacking us. Unless on the off chance... Oh, what do we have here? So, remember when that one NPC was talking about a mother Komodo dragon showing up if you play around too much? Well, this is it. This is your first boss battle. But as I was saying, you could actually game the battle system by switching over to your spare characters. That way the enemy doesn't really get a chance to attack unless, you know, it decides to interrupt you, which is kind of weird. Oh, right, you could also change the camera angle from having, you know, a dynamic camera system to a more static one. I find it to be really disorienting, so I just keep it on the normal camera system. So the real strategy here is just to keep attacking, heal if you need to, I don't think there's really any need to use your elements, so yeah, just keep up attacking. Overall, it's a fairly easy boss battle. Just spam your attacks, your physical attacks, and you should be okay. Try not to, over leverage yourself by using elements and draining your stamina bar beyond 0, because you'll leave yourself in a world of hurt. Yeah, not really necessary to use any elements unless you need to heal yourself. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the animation for the Mama Komodo Dragon just changed, meaning it's in a critical condition. That means you're fairly close to killing it. Okay, so I just used Aqua Beam. So at this point, if you really want to, you can heal yourself. Just keep spamming your attacks. I don't think there's any... Yeah, there's no reason for you to heal at all. And just like that, we got our first growth star. So star levels are what you get from defeating bosses. They indicate that your character can start increasing their stats again beyond just, the cap that we just reached earlier. So when this happens, you get a burst of stat growths like this. Yeah, so we increased our strength resistance and magic resistance, as well as a nice boost to our HP. Pashul gets a massive HP boost. Also, when we gain a star level, sometimes your element grid can also grow as well. So we just earned a new open position for more elements right over there in the element grid for our characters. So now we get 2 level 1 slots for our elements. Heal up. Grab our spoils and our gold. And congrats, you got your last Komodo scale, the 3rd one. Yeah, so we got 3 Komodo scales. Now we gotta go over to what Rashul calls Opatha Beach. And now we just gotta meet up with Lena. Alright, another thing to mention, if any of your characters are, downed, which means they lose all of their HP points, they won't be able to benefit from the stat growth. So make sure to keep them alive, otherwise you'll miss out. But of course, in the long term, the stat growths they're fixed anyway, so really they only matter in the first playthrough of the game. Just make sure none of your characters have fainted so they don't miss out. So I think that's it. Yeah, let's get a move on. We're gonna save real quick. Alright, so we're at Opasa Beach. Is it Opasa or Opasa? Opasa? Oh, whatever. So we made it to the beach first. So this time she's late. Oh, now you apologize because you're the one who's late. Well, I guess she owes us 3 Komodo scales, right? Pashul? Didn't expect to see you here. Okay, so if we didn't recruit Pashul earlier, the dialogue here changes. Just something to keep in mind. Are you two on a date? Seems kind of obvious, I think. Oh, so it's not a date. Did you get the Komodo Dragon scales? Sure did. Not 1,000, but we got enough. Yeah, I wonder how big they are. If you're able to make a necklace with only 3 of them. Right, can't forget about Pashul. Huh, we came here last time? The sea never changes. Oh great, now she's waxing poetic about the sea. She's probably seen many things, heard many things. We'll keep rolling in and out long after our lifetime. Remember that time we sat and talked like this? Okay, so a little bit of a spoiler warning here, but depending on which answers you pick, you'll be able to learn a tech, which is basically a special personal skill in the elements section. It depends on what answers you pick, so the answers we want to take are I remember. This is going to be for later in the game, but just choose these answers right now. Promise? What promise? So, Lena is trying to have a heart-to-heart moment with Serge right now. In 10, 20 years, whoa, she's already talking. She's, you know, she's thought this through. When they're both grown up and married and have kids. So I guess this is kind of serious, huh? Okay, so for this second option, we're going to want to choose that we'll never forget this day. And if you answer these two questions correctly, you'll get a special tech for Lena later on in the game. If you screw up this, though, there'll be a third chance later to answer correctly. But if you answer these two questions correct right now, you don't have to worry about the third one. So we're gonna choose this. What was that? He's going crazy. Just as she was trying to tell him something. Something I'm fairly sure was important. Someone's talking to us. I wonder what just happened. It's dangerous to sleep out here? Is that what happened? Oh, sweet, another Komodo Dragon. What on earth are we lying down anyway? For a second there, I thought you might have been a dead body. That's pretty cold. Where's Lena? Where's Pashul? Okay, so I guess Serge said something? You were the only one I saw when I got here? You a friend of Lena's? She's in the village babysitting, I guess. If you're looking for Lena, stop by the village. Wow, he's acting as if he doesn't know us. Oh, there's Bashul. Right in the nick of time as that old man was leaving. Something went whoosh. So Pashul basically left us in the sand and went to go look around before we could wake up. No sign of Lena anywhere. Do you think that Lena burst into flames? So strange how Serge and Pashul were transported to what looks like the same beach. But Lena isn't here. Or something weird happened. Anyways, let's head out. So, let's make a save here. I think I'm gonna end the stream here for now. But yeah, that's pretty much the first... Geez, did we take 3 hours just to play this? Yeah, the first couple hours of Chrono Cross. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll be playing more through this later on, but I just wanted to spend the first couple hours trying this out, seeing how that new remaster compares. Gotta say, it looks pretty ugly, but it's good to have this on modern consoles, I guess. Anyways, gonna be playing more through this later on. So yeah, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, it'd be a really big help to me if you guys like the video. Comment down in the section below, let me know what you guys think of this remaster so far. Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? Could it be better, worse? What kind of improvements do you guys want to see on it? Share the video out if you guys can. Also, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this playthrough. I'll be sure to keep active on it, hopefully. And if you guys are on Twitter and Twitch, go ahead and follow me there for more content. I'll be sure to stream this live on Twitch, and I'll be posting notifications for it on Twitter if you guys keep the notification bell highlighted. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it very, very much. And hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. Thank you, and take care.